You're listening to DraftKings Network.
You know that sound. It's the sound of money hitting your Venmo account, a friend paying you back, or maybe it's getting cash back from your favorite business when you pay with the Venmo debit card, or it's realizing you can pay with Venmo at checkout at thousands of brands. Now, there are so many more ways to answer the question, what's your Venmo? Download Venmo today. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Dosh cashback terms apply.
Look out.
Look out. It's Thursday Thunder. It's presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. JuJu, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thursday Thunder, you dig it. You got to know. We always one leg away, you dig it. But this Thursday, we going full force, man. We going to start off with Air Gordon himself, the guy who was cheated out of a slam dunk championship himself. We going over 13.5 points with him tonight because he going to Milwaukee. And them boys got a lot of points to prove right now. They a lot of chatter about who the best in the West. I think my brother Eric Gordon gonna get 13.5 for sure. You dig it?
7 dunks. 7 alley-oop dunks.
Yes, sir. Second leg, we going to the Hollywood Lakers. You dig it? Rui, the Rooster, Hachimura. I'm going with him over 14.5 points tonight. He low-key been one of their motors, you dig it? Like, when he's playing good, they're playing good.
I mean, why
and
you
think
laughing?
Tonight,
Why you laughing at
Because I know JuJu made that up right now on
the
spot.
Rooster?
The Rooster.
the Rooster? Hell yeah. You feel me?
Reminded me
I'm
of
in
your
the
dad.
booth.
I reminded me of your dad. Your dad would just create these nicknames for people.
The Rooster gonna definitely get 14.5 points tonight, dog. When he playing good, the LA Lakers are playing phenomenal. And for the last leg, I'm gonna stick with those Lakers. Luka Vandross, a.k.a. Hookah Doncic. The world is all over him right now, thinking that, man, they're doing so good. They're the victors in the trade. Well, I think my boy Luka Doncic, a.k.a. Luka Vandross, will not get 26.5 points tonight. I'm going under on Luka Doncic.
Under.
26.5 points tonight, Daddy. You got to dig it.
Dan, what did your dad used to call James Harden? He had a funny nickname for
The
him.
running beard. It wasn't the most creative of nicknames, but he called him that for 6 straight years.
Straight to the point.
JuJu, your thoughts on today's show, the audience's thoughts on today's show. It was a bit of a grind today. I saw Jessica yawning several times. I saw Amin looking at his watch. It seems like a lot of people were inattentive today.
Mike wasn't looking.
Alex from Twitter, AL19, he says, Dan is very clearly the evil cat and not Billy Gill.
Wow.
And I agree, brother. Nobody saw Amin looking at his watch except the shit-stirrer himself. With all that shit-stirrerry you be stirring, you, sir, are a shit-stirrer.
All right. I put the turd and shit stirrer at Batard Show. Put it on the poll. Is Dan a shit stirrer? I've been accused. The final word has been spoken. Yeah, it's been a show construct for 20 years. I'm stunned that you guys just noticed it. I know where you been.
It works.
Yeah, like where you guys? I could keep denying it if you want, but it would seem silly. I've been doing that for 20 years. Any other commentary?
Okay, the buzzer beater from Brother Last Night, which we made the sound effects on. I think that sound effect sounds like Jose Altuve in the dugout realizing that a fastball is on the way.
in the trash can?
The hitting of the trash can. Let's play that
good.
sound again.
Gotta go. Gillespie for 3. Goal or no. Holloman looks the clock. Half court for the win. Oh! Oh, my goodness. Holloman from
1,000% JuJu.
So good.
Right down the middle. Also, Podcast P retiring mid-season. That's the Chris Paul meme when he hits a big 3, cuts the lead to 42. The Sixers are terrible. You should have done this back in August, brother. But much salute, much power to my brother Paul George.
That seems insincere. Salute and much power. After filing the criticism that everyone else is filing, there's no one taking the other side on this, right? Paul George, there's just jokes here. There's no one supporting Paul George, hitting him on the back and saying, that's a wise move and a good sacrifice for you to make on behalf of your team.
Like, if he had just not said the word championship, if he said, I got to get my body right and I want to close the season stronger, we would have been like, man, this is a little too late, but like, okay.
Help my team try to make the playoffs.
Not even that.
The play-in tournament?
Not even that.
You can't even mention what a goal would be. Just, I want to get right and help these guys finish the season strong.
Just trying to finish the season strong, and I need to get my body right, my mind right. That's it. The moment he started introducing team goals, because it's like, what the hell? What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's where he needs to prove that dropping the podcast is worth it. I mean, he needs to show what his goals are, because if it was just, I got to get my body right, who cares?
Or just not, also you don't have to announce anything.
Just stop like Duncan Robinson did.
Yeah.
Duncan Robinson just stopped doing his podcast.
Episodes.
We all had to ask a year later, hey, what happened to that?
Yeah.
Right. It made the loss against the Knicks last night sting a little more. 9 in a row.
We didn't talk at all about the Pistons today, beating the Celtics by 20 last night. The Celtics being that far behind Cleveland surprises me, even after a championship hangover. Like that, no one saw that one coming. I mean, Cleveland beat, the Pistons are better than most people thought they were. They're a young team. They're a fun team. But the idea that Cleveland is, whatever it is, 9 games up in the conference on Boston, none of us had that.
No, I mean, we thought they would be better than they were last year. A lot of people, myself included, have a great respect for Coach Atkinson, but even he didn't. Like, I talked to him All-Star Weekend, he was like, absolutely didn't see this coming. Had no idea. Like, I thought,
Look at me, Leroy.
Thank you. Jeez.
look at me, Leroy.
Name drop.
Wait, hold on.
What's going on here, man? Hey,
hold on.
Oh.
Famously Black Louis.
Louis
Armstrong.
Yeah.
There are white Leroys.
Satchmo.
Name one.
Leroy Neiman.
Never
Got
heard
your
of him.
ass.
I
The
think Louis
famous
fine.
photographer.
I think
Thought you were talking about
Louis
Leonard
fine.
Nimoy.
That's what I thought too. I was like, Dan, you messed it up again.
The way
Where
I
did
was
Look
talking
at Me
about
Leroy come from? I thought Mike hit that wandering around the studio. You were saying, JuJu.
the way I was also talking about Kevin Durant earlier, I feel like that's a smidget off, you dig? Because I don't see him as a failure. I think it's some of what Mike is talking about with Lionel Messi. Here in America, we've been conditioned to say that, well, if he doesn't win the MLS championship, he must be a failure. Well, I like to point y'all attention back to last summer. Team USA versus Serbia changed my entire life. Everybody who on that Team USA roster is a winner to me, a champion. I don't give a damn. Joel Embiid is a winner to me, you feel me? Some of these things are just, that mean so much to other people around the world. We got other people celebrating the fact that they made it to the group tournament, group stage, for the first time since the 40s. South Sudan, you feel me? They did a great job. I think that was to be commended. So I feel like if we look at the scope through those lenses, I think that Kevin Durant is definitely a winner. You dig it?
Did anyone call him a loser? I don't know. Did anybody here call him a loser?
Dan tried to project that on us while he was stirring shit, but I think we all pushed back and said, no, it's a tale of what if.
Yeah.
What could have been?
I don't believe.
And we also gave him Olympic gold flowers.
Put that wooden spoon down. You're not going to stir. It's Postgame now.
All right.
JuJu, what else you got?
No plastic spoon.
Yeah, man. And like y'all said, with Timothy Chalamet, man, people going to hate on greatness, man. It just highlights their mediocrity. You know what I mean? They're going through their days thinking that, man, I wish I could do this, but I'm not as secure as I want to be at this. So, yeah, let me tear down the brother Timothy Chalamet. Absolutely not here in my household. I salute that brother. I think his words are so encouraging and to get behind. You feel me?
I feel, though, like your salute has been diluted by putting it after Paul George criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
what are the polls you're updating today?
Can a laugh lose a step? 86% of the audience says yes, it can. And so can salutes lose a step. Dang it.
The 14% didn't watch the show.
I mean, Stugotz's laugh, there's something about it. What is the sound of Stugotz's laugh that makes it sound less vibrant? Like it's
more hollow now.
It's just been
Cigarettes.
It's just been used too much. Where is he, by the way? Because I thought he was in Australia on Operation Boomerang, Bloomin' Onion, and then I saw a picture of him in Syracuse.
Yeah. You know how boomerangs work, Dan? You throw them and they come right back.
They end up in Syracuse?
He literally told you. He called a shot, did it, and we're like, how did he do that?
I think he's now in Australia, though. He says he's buying a digital media company in Australia. Do we have any other polls we're updating?
Absolutely.
The chicken tender one in the gas station really hit a nerve where a lot of people throughout the South are telling you they get the most delicious chicken tenders you can get at a gas station.
That one had a lot of votes.
And you guys didn't pick up on why he brought up, because I was listening to the interview. He brought it up because Justin Tucker was like an endorser for this gas station chicken, I guess.
But then he said how delicious it was.
Yeah, but then like he had editorialized. Yeah, absolutely.
Here's a poll from yesterday. The last poll we didn't update. Can you trademark slap dick? 61% of the audience says no, you cannot trademark that, sir. At all.
Just 61?
I mean, she gets a trademark.
I have a question based on the only guest we had today, Michael Costa, made a slapdick reference. Do you think it's because he was listening to the show or one of his publicists just gave him the line to help him out there?
Well, he mentioned that he was a fan of Jessica's prior to that, so it made me think that he was listening to our show.
I like to think he's a fan of the show.
He called Michael by the first name. He said Michael, you dig? So I think he was locked in.
Yeah, and you know, think about his environment too. Roy Wood is a friend. He's probably seen Roy Wood stuff. Ronnie Chang is also a friend of the show.
I don't assume that people on The Daily Show are listening to this. I assumed a publicist gave him that to sell book.
He also had that great line about the WTA.
Have you ever been so embarrassed that your feet began to sweat? 53% of the audience says yes. Jeremy, you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Is Hoosiers Gene Hackman's top 10? The movie Hoosiers. 80% of the audience says yes, Hoosiers is in Gene Hackman's top 10 movies.
Dorks.
Which do you fear the most for an athlete you love? Eating too much or too much beer and hookah? 57% of the audience says eating too much. Sheesh. I wouldn't have guessed that.
You're disagreeing with that. Why? You're with me on beer and hookah seeming to be something that will make an athlete's performance deteriorate by 1 degree?
Yes, look at Amina Hassan over there. He can't barely get through walking across the street without falling over. Did you know Max Scherzer was a Blue Jay? 68% of the audience says no, they did not. And those are your polls.
You guys had no reaction whatsoever to an athlete saying in 2025, wailing and gnashing, "Can we just be judged by humans?" It's such a great quote.
It's the end of times, Dan.
Thank you, JuJu.
Thank y'all.